Well, we got a lot of rain last night. I emptied my rain gauge out yesterday about noon, and it is full. About at the 6-inch mark, 5.5 anyway. Wow, in 24 hours. And it wreaked a little bit of havoc. Let me show you what's going on. Well, as most of you know, I live up on a hill, and down the hill is my pond and creek and stuff. Yesterday the pond was about half full. I came out here and put the rest of that polymer I have to seal it up. And this morning, it is not just half full, it's plumb full. Not just plumb full, but this stuff here washed up over the dam. When I woke up this morning, this whole thing was just flowing over. It had breached the dam. So all this debris stuff, all that washed over the dam from this morning. Some big limbs and logs and stuff. I'm gonna move this so I can drive I'll just walk over here. But that creek right there, that's about 4 feet wide, I'll show you in a minute, but it was about 20 feet wide because the water was way out there, way over here. You can see where this water here, that vegetation there has laid down. All that's laid down from the water rushing over it. So let's go down here and look. I do like it when I've got a full pond. Anxious to see what my culvert pipe is doing. This morning it was over the ramp, the berm, so we'll see what it's doing right now. But I do like that sound, man. I wish it was doing that year-round. I wish I had water to make it do that year-round. I love that sound. I love that. I just love it. Really nice. I'll get some better shots of it maybe tomorrow and use it in some B-roll and stuff when I do some of my videos. Let's go over here and look at the pipe that I put in, see what's happening with it. I mean, that is full. Full is right there, that little island looking thing. That's full. So it's past full. It's way back up in there full. So this morning, here's where my pipe is. Going up under the road here, up under the spillway, excuse me. And it is working like it's supposed to be working. But this morning, I could not see this at all. It was up over this, going around it, and just mounted on top of it. And it was something. You can see where it washed stuff up here too, washed this stick up here. It was a mess, but as of right now, got a little bit of a cave-in right there. I didn't pack that down good enough, looks like. Didn't have that packed down because as the water came around and down, it kind of ate into that a little bit. But that's doing what it's designed to do. That's a 24-inch culvert pipe. And I knew, I told you when I did it, I didn't know whether that was going to be enough because we get so much, when we get a hard rain, we get so much water through here. So it's still trickling a little bit through here on the back side of this. Maybe a little bit, maybe it's just standing. I guess it's not trickling, it's just, well, no, it is kind of running a little bit. Still running a little bit through here. I can see it's kind of rippling, so it's running. And boy, that is something. That is something. That is a lot of rain. I'll go down there and show you my bridge. I was sure worried about my bridge this morning. I couldn't see it when I first woke up. I thought it might have Might have drifted downstream. And things are working like they're supposed to be working. I can drive across my creek, and that pipe is just sucking the water in and spitting the water out. I like it. All right, let's go look at the bridge. The creek that is normally, that's about 6 feet wide. And like I say, this morning, it was up here and here. It was 20 or 30 feet across, and it was about at least a foot higher than it is right now. And we're right at the bridge. I'll show you that. But the water is also coming over the dam right there. All that little triangle right there was underwater, and water rushing down this way because it just doesn't have anywhere to go. And you know, I get a lot of people on my videos that say, oh, you need to put in some swales and you need to catch that water and stuff. There's no way you catch this kind of water. I mean, I'm sorry, but you don't know what you're talking about. My pond could have filled up. I told my wife this morning, if the pond was empty, it would fill up. The way the water was running this morning, it would fill up probably every 2 hours. I could fill my pond up every 2 hours. And that's probably even right now, I would bet it would fill up in a couple of hours. Just this flow right here. So anyway, yeah, I can't catch it. I've got to get rid of it. So what I've got, I just noticed, was under my bridge. I've got a lot of trash and stuff, and I will have to get that out before the next rain event, hard rain event. But this morning I looked, and when I could see the bridge, it was when I first got up. It was too dark; I couldn't see it, and I was concerned about it. And then when I did see it, I could see the handles, but the handrails, but I couldn't see the bridge because it was still a little dark. But the water, when I finally got light enough to see, the water looked like it was about 6 inches below the bridge, running up under that bridge right there. It was 2 feet higher than it is right now, probably. And again, I need to pull that stuff out of there. I'll have to drop the camera to do that, and I don't want to drop it in the water. We done been through that once recently. Camera and water, not a good combination. But that's I don't know where that log came from, but it came all the way down and got stuck under the bridge. So I do need to move that, because you get a bunch of debris holding back water, damming it up, and boy, it's got some force, and it could push this thing off its mounts. And if you don't know how I did this, I've got a video on building it, setting in place, and all that. I did reberm it when I did my culvert pipe down there. I did reberm this and sodded it good, or seeded it good with some ryegrass, winter grass. So that worked real well. See, on this side looks pretty, but on the other side, I gotta release the hounds there. All that crap that's under it. Boy, oh boy, I thought when I first looked out here, I thought I might have lost the bridge. I knew there's a tree there, and it wouldn't go far probably, but that I was gonna have to reset it and all that. And again, I've got it, you can see just the corner there of a 8x16 block right there. It's sitting on those, up off the ground. Another 8 block there you can see on each corner. Keeps it up high, and boy, I'm certainly glad now that I did that. Got it up another 8 inches or so, because that was the gap this morning that I had. Man, all this stuff, you can see all that vegetation there that's laid down. This whole thing was just underwater. That log right there is not. I've just got it. I thought it was cool to lay it across the creek in case I ever wanted to walk across it, and I haven't, so I'm probably just going to cut it up, make good firewood. But all this up in here was underwater. And the front of the fence, which I've shown you before, where it escapes my property, goes up under the road. There's a place that catches the water real bad, and it did it again. I wanted to show you my flood, because we sure had one. We sure had one. And it's still a lot of water moving, but that's the way it's supposed to. This is working like it's supposed to work. And my culvert, my spillway culvert, worked like it was supposed to work. That's the big deal. That and didn't lose a bridge. All right. I talked enough and shown you enough water. We're gone.